A penguin playboy has been ruffling some feathers during a strong breeding season for Wellington's little blue penguins. The Matiu Somes predator-free island in Wellington Harbour is home to about 400 nesting pairs of cheeky Korora. And as reporter Charlotte Cook and cameraman Dom Thomas found out, not all the penguins are behaving themselves.
Nesting season is well underway on Matiu Somes Island, and it's keeping Wellington's notorious sushi penguins out of trouble. But another Korora has made a name for himself, sticking his beak where he doesn't belong. Named Dexter, this little blue has been labelled the island's resident playboy. Penguin expert Mike Rumble says 2 weeks ago volunteers found Dexter on the island, outside a blood-covered nest and suffering a head wound. He'd got into trouble after sticking his beak into another penguin's business. But after some rehab, he returned to his nest and cuddled up to his lady penguin and egg. Turns out the world's smallest penguins definitely have big hearts.
But shortly after that, we came over on Saturday to find Dexter, as he's been called by Wild Base, in another box, covered in blood again. So he has become a real problem.
He has again been taken away for rehabilitation, only after a little bit of a telling off.
Everyone was going, "Tut, tut, Dexter, don't do that."
Has he been poking his head in other people's nests, do we think?
Yes, he has, because the one he was found in is only a matter of about 2 metres the other side of a massive bush. So it's very close. And it had 2 chicks in it, which were not his.
Mr Rumble says Dexter's behaviour has caused other penguins to attack him, so they're taking him off the island for his own safety. He says apart from the playboy, everyone else has been well behaved, getting down to business with 75% of the 230 eggs already hatched.
What we've been looking at here this morning is the different sizes of chicks. We've got the parent, because it's a brand new egg underneath the parent. Beautiful white egg. That says it's only within the last 2 or 3 days that it was laid. We've then gone and looked at different sizes of chicks, from tiny little chicks which are born maybe 5, 6, 7 days ago and are still partially underneath the parent. Others which are still quite small, we would class them as small penguins, but they're no longer under the parent because they get too big. And then, of course, we've gone to the medium size. We looked at those as well very briefly. And lastly, the big ones. 2 very large chicks, which have what we call 100% down. They're covered entirely in down. Their flippers are still forming, so they're nowhere near the stage of what we call fledging.
The Department of Conservation's Brent Tandy says nationwide the little blue penguins are in decline, but the great nesting results are reassuring for the region.
Considering we're in such an urban environment, we've got quite a healthy population in Wellington Harbour and on the south coast, and I think that's in part, or probably mainly due to the fact that Matiu Somes is a predator-free island, it creates a stronghold here for birds.
Mr Tandy says the small birds with big personalities deserve to be in the running for the contentious Bird of the Year.
Well, the forest birds always get a good go, so I think penguins would be a fantastic choice this year. They're a very charismatic, beautiful little thing, and I think they're well worth a vote.
Mike Rumble says with personalities like the playboy or the vagrant sushi penguins, they've got the win by a country mile. In Wellington for Checkpoint, or should I say Chickpoint, Charlotte Cook.